Elon Musk sparks outrage with shocking prediction about the future of work. I heard similar predictions to what Elon Musk stated. I don't really believe it's going to happen. I've heard many futurists talk about this, but we're going to play the clip and we're going to see what Elon Musk has to say. I'm going to give y'all my take on all of this. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There you'll find a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, let's get right to the clip here. Here we go.
It's time for our weekly tech check. The Big Money Show is here to keep you ahead of the tech curve every Thursday. Elon Musk predicting a future where work is optional and money doesn't matter.
It'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. If you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future.
All right, Charles, so your show is going to be called Growing Vegetables, not making...
That is the socialist utopia that people like Mondani be pushing. I don't see it happening. I mean, some people have to be able to make money some way. I know I heard takes about, using your data, your information, and you getting paid off for your data and all these other things. Cause I'm really big on the futurist stuff. I'll be checking all of that stuff out. And that's what they pushing. That's what they say. They said, well, you don't really have to work. You can sit at home and you get paid for your data and all this other nonsense. It will never happen. It will never happen. But let's see Fox Business take on this.
Money because it'll be irrelevant. But I think he's making the point that the productivity is going to go up so much in traditional areas of life that you're going to kind of have to invent new ways to either entertain yourself or entertain others. What do you think about that?
That's not exactly what he was saying. He's saying that you don't have to work at all. Like, working is going to become like obsolete, which I don't see happening anytime soon.
The futurists who've been calling for this for, decades and decades and decades have always said.
Right? Isn't that what I've been saying? Isn't that what I said? Because I study these futurists because these people are nut jobs. A lot of them are. And this is what they've been saying for a long time now.
Use this kind of line. And I think it was Sir Isaac Asimov or maybe or Clark. One of them I read years ago said that this is going to be an amazing period because we will be free to do things like use more, I think what do we use, 5% of our brain, they say, or something, right, to learn how to use a greater portion of our brain. But, I think these guys forget about, we don't work just for money, right?
Dignity.
Right. There's, we like to do things. We want to make things. We want to create things. We want to do things for others. It's not, we don't all want to sit around playing video games, but this is the way they're looking at the future. It's got to be more optimistic than this. If he thinks this is a good sales pitch, he's wrong.
It's not.
It's like it's the worst sales pitch in the world because people want to have a reason to live. One of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes has this guy gets a computer and it starts doing all the work and he starts firing people and everyone's like, there's dignity in work. He's like, no, I'm trying to make money. Finally, one big computer robot comes in and fires him. He's at the bar. There's dignity in work, and that's what it is.
Right.
And this is where we're going to have some issues in the transition to this period. For all the jobs they say it will ultimately create, you're going to lose a lot of jobs first. And what's going to happen with those people? I always worry.
So can I throw Jensen Huang's? He's got a different kind of take on this. Okay, he says, if your life becomes more productive and if the things that you're doing with great difficulty become simpler, it's very likely because you have so many ideas, you'll have more time to go pursue these things. He says, it's my guess, Elon will be busier as a result of AI. I'll be busier as a result of AI. So
I don't agree with that because if you have AI do every single thing for you, you kind of lose incentive to do anything, to create. Like that's why I compare it to socialism. It stifles innovation, I think.
It's a different, it's like the work will be there. It's going to be different stuff.
Yes, exactly. And I think, Charles, you and I have talked about this, right? 100 years ago, being a news anchor wasn't a job, right? Until you got a TV and understood what news was, then this became a job. So I sort of liken it to that, where AI will hopefully allow us to do jobs in the future that right now we can't yet imagine because it hasn't yet been created. But I'm hopeful that it will be just the way ours was and didn't exist a couple hundred years ago.
I hear you on that, but what's scary to me about what Elon said is this idea of work becoming optional. Because I know a lot of people who will choose the option of not working over working. And if money becomes obsolete, I'm sorry, he said money will stop being relevant, then what do we have? We go back to this idea at school where all of a sudden, to make it more fair, we don't want to look at SAT scores. But that was the only benchmark that we had to be able to compare each other to. And so if you don't have work as an option and you're not earning money, where are you getting money from? And how is this all going to work? I mean, to me, it almost sounds like that's a world of complete chaos.
It's a world from WALL-E, the animated film. He is literally quoting the film WALL-E, where humanity was flying around the universe and robots were taking care of everything. And it still takes energy and time to grow and harvest vegetables. So if you need energy and time and those resources to grow crops, you will need money for them. So stick it, Elon.
Right.
I do like growing vegetables.
You got to make money some way.
Charles Payne, we love you.
You got to make your money some way. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What do you think is going to happen? Is Elon correct on this and people are going to stop working and AI is just going to do everything? Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.